Welcome to Simple Sherlock, chef stuff made easy. This week I'm going to make a nice bacon and red onion marmalade sandwich, or as we say, a butty in the north of England, and my own version of a coleslaw. Now for this great dish, the ingredients list are as follows. Bread flour, yeast, salt, sugar, water, extra virgin olive oil, cabbage, red onion, radish, garlic, sesame seeds, mixed carrots, heirloom carrots, butter, bacon, white onion, Caribbean rum, or any rum of your choice. For the sandwich bread, taking my bread flour, sugar, salt, I'm using Himalayan pink salt, a bit more, yeast, oil, warm water, not all, going to mix it first. Once you've mixed that until your bowl is clear from all flour, time to knead. Dust the board slightly and just push away and fold. Push away and fold. Like so. You need to do this for approximately 15 minutes. So 2 hands, 1, push, fold, fold in, push away, fold in, push away. Yeah, 15 minutes. Adding flour in the process as your dough may require. You want to work that until the dough is nice and elastic like that, yeah? Okay, so dusting your bowl so it doesn't stick when it rises. Leave that to proof in a nice warm place for approximately 1 hour. Okay, for the dressing, sugar, pink salt, you can use any salt really. That's out, don't need that one. Right. If you've got any vinegar left over from a jar of pickles or something, that is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to use the vinegar from the pickles. Yeah, nice little tip. Okay. Making the dressing first, yeah, of course. Just let all those absorb for a second. Okay, I'm using pickled garlic. Now this stuff I have been pickling for, they've been in here now about 3 weeks. So you could say they are well pickled. It just gives a different, just gives a different dimension to your dish, right? Cleaver. I always think the cleaver is one of the best utensils for squashing garlic. Look at that. Yeah. So, squash garlic. You can use a mincer if you don't want to squash it just so. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't always work. Pick that one up later. Okay. Right, give that a little mix. Squash the garlic in. I'm using the oil from some sun-dried tomatoes that I have been soaking since about a month now, right? So sun-dried tomato oil. Have a taste to make sure that it has the right consistency of acid to sugar. And I'm squinting my eyes at that because it's the garlic. I need to add all the ingredients to this one. Okay. This is for my breakfast, so having a wad of garlic like that first thing in the morning is, let's just say, it doesn't sit well with your coffee. You know what I mean? Right, to make onions really fine, here's a little tip. Separate each, what do you call, layer, okay? So, cut them in half to make them manageable size pieces. And then, I mean, you don't have to use such a big ass knife like mine, like this, right? Just use whatever favorite knife that you're comfortable with, okay? See how fine those are, yeah? Now, if you do it with the onion whole, you may not get them so fine like that. I know it's not in the book of French chef's repertoire de la cuisine, you know what I mean? These are tips that you pick up on the way, right? And it certainly isn't something that I learned in college. Probably something I learned from the Japanese, because they're very good at this stuff. Yep, nice, fine. And that's what you want in coleslaw, right? You want your onions to be really, really fine. How's that? Yeah, not too bad. Now these are getting a bit bigger. I'm going to save these for my onion marmalade. Alright, just chopping them up for the sake of it, putting them on the side. I'm going to mix that with my red onions. Okay, cabbage. I'm using Chinese cabbage. Use any cabbage you want, doesn't have to be, you know, traditional coleslaw is the hard cabbage. But as I say, this is my own version, my own interpretation, if you will. This recipe is dedicated to my longtime friend and fellow Englishman, Mr. Andy Elliott, who is now residing in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. He came to my office one day and we always used to have bacon butties first thing in the morning. Typical southerner, you know. He comes up with this and says, "Oi chef, what did he call me? Numbnuts, I think it was. Have you ever had bacon and marmalade?" I mean, I quinced at the thought. It was just like, telling a northerner to eat something sweet with his bacon butty is just like sacrilege, you know. Being a chef, I try everything. So I did, and yeah, it was bloody good. So this is dedicated to you, Andy, with my own little take on it, and let's see how it turns out. I have a few funny stories about Andy later on, but I'll share that with you as we go along, right? Radish. Just fine slices. You can dice them. They don't have to be, you know, arty-farty like that if you don't want them to be. Carrots. I'm using 3 different colours. Why? Why not? For colour, really. Yeah. 1. Heirloom tomatoes. They're really lovely. I have to say, I do have a soft spot for this heirloom produce. Nice colour, isn't it? Look at that. Look at those colours. Aren't they wonderful? Wow. Sesame seeds. I'm just going to lift that now to mix everything together. Look at the colours on those. Right, gonna let that sit now while my bread is proving. Red onion marmalade, right. Caribbean rum. I want to flame that. Yeah, don't do any harm. Right, sugar. Just let let those two infuse for a while. Onions. You can use any rum, doesn't have to be Caribbean rum. But while we are in the Caribbean, might as well use the Caribbean rum, right? Red onions, chopping away. Well, Andy, if I was making this just for you, brother, it'd be just beer, mate. Yeah? Okay. Let that reduce for a while until the sugar caramelizes. So the bread dough has doubled in size. Look at that. Time to break it down and scale it off into my loaves. So cut that in half. I have 2 loaf pans there. Right. What I want to do is just fold it over, and what I'm thinking, perhaps I'm just going to do 1 nice big bread rather than 2. Okay, tuck it in so you have a nice beautiful oval shape on the top, like so. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is just score the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Place that in the baking tray or the bread pan. Sprinkle with a little bit of flour and pop that on the side for half an hour. But it all depends. I mean, really, it depends on the heat of the kitchen and where you are, if you don't have proper proving facilities. So I'm going to leave that until it fills the bread pan and really rises up to above the bread pan, basically. So I'll pop that on the back. Right, have a look at this. The onions and sugar has really started to caramelize. Huh? Look at that, nice. Nice dashing of marmalade. Hey, 1 up on you, Andy, eh? Right. You gotta try this one at home, brother. So while I'm waiting for that, Andy is a tall guy. He's about, I stand up to about here on him. He's a real lanky git, right? He used to ride from time to time on the back of my motorbike. I had a chopper. So of course I'm sat like this. And being such a tall lad, he sat behind me, so his head would more or less rest on the top of my head, looking like a complete plank. And he did look rather funny, I have to say. So I was taking him into town. We were living in Bahrain at the time. And it was one of those Sherlock's little shopping sprees, Without realizing, I come out of the shop, bags full like this, and came out with a DVD player. Poor Andy sat on the back of my motorbike, clinging onto the shopping bags on the handles. Poor Andy, I had a little strap which he had to hold between his legs, and he had a DVD recorder on the other hand. And I'm zooming it down the highway in Bahrain without even thinking about Andy. He's screaming at me in the background. Couldn't hear a thing. And he's going like this all the way back, right, for about 10 miles. And being in charge of the fitness centre and being a complete fitness freak, he couldn't exactly do his job properly for the next week. He still says he hasn't recovered from that. Sorry, mate. Right, there are many more funny stories with Andy. He was a funny lad. He is a funny lad, and it's great to be around people who just make your life fun and make you laugh. He's one of those people. A lot of crazy times. He had a thought he was scared about turning 40. And I don't know why, just, you know. He was having his birthday party. So as a chef, what do you buy a fellow Englishman? Especially from Gloucester, they're very famous for liking their sheep. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, we bought him a goat, a live goat. Me and Antoine, another super chef that I adore. We turn up, everyone's bringing cake and all kinds of things. Two chefs, we turn up with a bloody live goat, without realising that everyone in the party were animal rights and vegan and vegetarian, and you know, he threatened to smack the crap out of my head unless I got rid of it, so we saved that goat for another day. Right, that's ready. Got to set that on the side to cool and wait for my bread to double in size. My bread has risen. Look at that, folks. Yeah, time to put it in the oven. I'm going to place this on 180 degrees Celsius. That's about 400 degrees F for all my brothers and sisters in the US of A. Yep, and anywhere else that deal with all the other metrics. Okay, oven. Look at that wonderful piece of bread. And the way to tell if the bread is ready is to listen. You hear that hollow sound? That tells me that my bread is ready. So I'm going to put this on the side to cool slightly while I make my bacon. Look at that, wow. So, smoked back bacon. We use back bacon in the UK, more cases than streaky bacon, especially for our bacon butties. Slice off a couple of healthy loaves, slices, rather. Yeah, look at that. Yum. Notice I didn't put any oil. Don't really need to with bacon, you know. I mean, that's just a preference. Lovely, look at that. Could have done with maybe 5 minutes longer, but there you have it. Nice, thick sandwich. Who loves the smell of fresh bread? Bacon's ready. I'll replace that with another pan for my egg. Bacon over here. Butter. Don't be shy with the butter. Yeah. On the other side. Marmalade first. Let's add some English mustard. Only preference, of course. You can use any, but somehow English mustard and bacon sandwiches go together like a marriage in heaven, you know. A splashing of HP sauce. For those around the world who don't know this, is a very popular English steak sauce, or barbecue sauce if you will. Very popular in the UK, right? Andy, your marmalade. Wonderful. Look at that, folks, look at that. coleslaw goes in my jar, like so. Nice colours on there. Some vinegar dressing. Yeah, wonderful. Nice sprinkle of sesame seeds, bacon. Andy lad, this should do us proud, my friend. A nice bacon butty, as we say. Right, where are you? Another. And as we are in the Caribbean, and I did use Caribbean rum in my marmalade, it would be silly not to have a bite or a snack and a shooter to follow that through, as we say. Look at that, isn't that great, huh? So Andy, you southern gate, how about that? Marmalade butty with bacon just for you, my brother. And when it's runny egg like that, we call it a sloppy butty, right? Look at that, folks. What a breakfast. Huh? What a butty. Not bad at all, folks. Oh, nice bit of coleslaw. Wow. Thanks for checking out. Don't forget, simple Sherlock chef stuff made easy. Every Monday, 4 o'clock GMT. And don't forget to check out my social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Followed by nice shot of Caribbean rum. Yes, for breakfast, indeed. I ain't whacking it back. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel by clicking over here, right over my shoulder. Bon appetit. Cheers, Andy. Thanks for the inspiration. That bacon butty went right to the next level.